recently, we've reestablished communication with Cuba.
Yes.
I mean, Castro, his brother is now running the country. Castro is very old at this point. He's probably not capable to actually run the country anymore. The interesting thing I found about this whole talk with Cuba was that Cuba is refusing to give up Assata Shakur.
Motherfucking right. And what's so crazy is, what's more interesting is the first thing that these motherfuckers requested when he did that was to go get Assata.
Right.
After all these fucking years. Like, come on, man.
Right. I welcome everyone to look up who Assata Shakur is.
Right.
I'm actually surprised that Cuba would take this stance knowing that it potentially could break down the talks with the United States.
Because there you go, thinking that everybody wants to be down with America.
Right.
You see? That's not the case. These motherfuckers, see, you got motherfuckers over here from Cuba that, you know, they say they was persecuted and they got exiled and they're in Miami and they hate Castro and all that. But there's a lot of people that love Castro. Okay?
Right. But to be fair, there's a lot more people trying to leave Cuba and go to the United States than vice versa.
I don't know that.
I do know that.
Okay.
I do know that. In fact, and one of the very interesting parts about Cuba, because I had just seen a special about it, was that there are actually no boats allowed in any of the harbors around Cuba because people would use those boats to try to escape.
Right. But does that mean that Cuba is bad? Like, I'm sure there's a lot more people leaving the Catholic Church to just go out into the fucking world and fuck bitches and take drugs. Does that mean the Catholic Church is bad? Or does that mean people's minds have been poisoned with the outside world and now they want to partake of that?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. I mean, do you see the U.S. dropping the embargo and establish communication with Cuba as a good thing or a bad thing?
It all depends, and it all depends what perspective. I mean, for America, it's only going to happen because they see the potential for money.
Yeah.
It's all about money. That's
right.
another...
Want them Cuban cigars.
Yeah, come on.
They're still hot.
Come on. They want them Cuban cigars. They want to put up them casinos that they wanted to put up in the 60s
right.
and all of that type of shit. It's just a delayed plan.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I think these motherfuckers is ready now for the plan that we had back then.
And the embargo didn't trigger a revolution or anything of that sort. You know, this is what...
People are still living. Guess what? These motherfuckers been recycling fucking cars from the 50s.
Right.
And they love those cars. It's all you see out there. And they're getting parts for them and they fucking fixing them. It's giving them knowledge of how cars work and all that type of shit. And since that's what's the shit over there, and there's no advertisements for the new Jaguar and all that, that's all you know. So guess what? A little kid is going to grow up and he's going to want one of those fucking Chevys.
Right.
You see? They're not missing. You don't miss what you don't know about. It's only when they poison your mind. Oh, look what you could have had over here. Look behind this window. I got this kind of flavor ice cream. You only been eating chocolate and vanilla. I got pistachio and all this other bullshit. You know what I mean?